Today we're going to learn the back stitch. It's a permanent stitch and is closest to a machine. So let's grab our fabric, needle, scissors or snips, wax thread or silamide, and an iron with a steam function and get started. So I have my fabric, which I've marked with the wrong sides, as well as a 1-inch seam allowance. I'm going to pin those together and thread my needle, double it over and knot. First we'll start by coming about 1/4 of an inch in from the edge and taking a small bite, just 2 to 3 thread widths. Then you'll come behind that bite about 1/8 of an inch, then come out about 1/8 of an inch to the left of your bite. Reinsert the needle next to your original stitch, then come out 1/8 of an inch past where you entered. Then say hello to my cat. He'll be making a few appearances today. This stitch does feel a little unnatural to some people because it does feel like you're sewing in reverse. You're definitely making progress, but because you keep backtracking, it does feel strange. But that's why we call it a back stitch. Essentially what you're doing is fortifying your stitches by doubling them over on themselves. That's what makes this such an effective permanent stitch. So again, as you can see, straight line on both sides. You will come in next to your previous stitch, and exit about 1/8 of an inch past your thread. Then come back next to your previous stitch and come out 1/8 of an inch past your thread. And you will continue across your project. inevitably you will run out of thread. So when you have about 4 inches left on your thread, you need to go ahead and tie it off. You'll do this as you normally do by beginning a stitch, then coming through the loop to create a knot. I always do a second one, but that's just me. Then you'll come back in with your new thread, starting behind the last stitch, taking your bite, and carrying on to finish out your project. Once you've tied off your knot, you're going to finish out by pressing. You'll notice when you lay your garment flat, it doesn't actually lay flat against the surface. So to make this happen, you're going to want to open up your seam and press it open using a steam iron. Once you do that, that will allow your garment to lay beautifully against the form.